we have discussed related to the basic servlet example in the earlier class. Now we are going to discuss some extended things. Okay, so basically what is the root hierarchy, what is the inheritance hierarchy of the Servlet API? As we all of us know, API is application program interface. Okay, so the root hierarchy of Servlet API are two interfaces, then Servlet and ServletConfig. These two interfaces are the root interfaces for the Servlet API. Okay, these two interfaces are root interfaces for Servlet API. The Servlet interface contains lifecycle methods of a servlet. The Servlet interface contains the lifecycle of methods of the servlet. Servlet interface contains lifecycle methods of a servlet. Okay, the Servlet interface contains lifecycle methods of a servlet. Okay, a servlet lifecycle means from the point of servlet initiation to the point of servlet destruction. Okay, from the point of servlet initiation to the point of servlet destruction, whatever the things that happen in a life cycle of a servlet are called as life cycle events. Okay, in each and every stage of life cycle, some method is called. What are the different stages of servlet life cycle? Okay, and when the specific methods are called, what are the specific methods that we will discuss. But the servlet interface mainly contains the life cycle methods of a servlet. Okay, the methods that are there in servlet are basically init, service, destroy. These three are life cycle methods of a servlet. These three methods are called as life cycle methods of a servlet. Init, service, destroy. These three methods are called as life cycle methods of a servlet. And those methods exist in servlet interface. Okay, and apart from these three life cycle methods, we have get servlet config, get servlet config. Okay, init, service, destroy are void methods. All these three life cycle methods are void methods. That means their return type is void. The get servlet config method return type is a servlet config. Get servlet config method return type is a servlet config. Okay, servlet config is also an interface present in javax dot servlet package. And even servlet interface also exists in the same package. Even the servlet interface also exists in the same package. Okay, both servlet and servlet config exist in the same package, and in the servlet interface there is a method get servlet config which will return, whose return type is servlet config. Okay, these are the four important methods that exist in servlet interface. What is servlet config, what it will do, what is its importance, that we will discuss going forward. But these are the four methods that exist in servlet interface. The first three are lifecycle methods whose return type is void. All these three are lifecycle methods, and this method return type is void. And for get ServletConfig, the return type is ServletConfig. ServletConfig is also a interface. Okay, and in ServletConfig, okay, in ServletConfig we have get init, get servlet name, get servlet context. These are the four important methods that exist in ServletConfig. And get servlet context will return x dot servlet dot servlet context. These are the four important methods that exist in servlet context, ServletConfig. So, what is the ServletConfig interface means? The ServletConfig interface represents something which is specific to the servlet. ServletConfig is a unique representation of a servlet. ServletConfig is a unique representation of a servlet. Now let's consider like there is a servlet which is login servlet. Now, can we restrict that? We can send only one request to login servlet. Can we restrict that? We can send only one request to login servlet. No. Okay, if there is a servlet in a web application, any number of requests can be sent to the servlet. Let's consider like Gmail. It's not like only one user can log in Gmail. Any number of users can log in Gmail at the same time. So there is no restriction for the number of requests that we send to the servlet. Okay? Even though there are 100 requests or 1000 requests for a servlet, ServletConfig only one. So ServletConfig is an entity which is used to represent some properties specific to the servlet. ServletConfig is an entity which is used to represent some properties specific to the servlet. ServletConfig is an entity which is used to represent some properties specific to the servlet. And those servlet specific parameters are called as init parameters. Okay? Those servlet specific parameters are called as init parameters. INIT, init parameters. So,